So, alright, I am the youngest of three, so I'm the last child and the surprise, as my parents call it, because I wasn't supposed to happen. My parents had my brother at a Catholic hospital, and she wanted to get her tubes tied, but they were like, nope. And so 2 years later, I happened, so thanks, Catholic hospital. Tribute to you. Yeah, I'm a UCI student. I'm a third year. I bounced kind of from biology to psychology because you don't really know exactly what you're doing with your life until you realize you're doing it wrong. So yeah, it's I work at Target right now. So I work retail and I work at guest services. So I spend about 35 hours a week just either getting yelled at or trying not to yell at people. But you know, it pays the bills, and I live in an apartment with three really great girls. All three of them becoming my best friend. You know, I've known two of them since freshman year, but the third one I got to know this year. So they're very sweet girls, have had my back through so much this past year. So I'm actually not from here, and so I know so it's really weird kind of living in Orange County because a lot of people, especially when you're not going to UCI, they kind of assume that you're part of the Orange County culture, as I like to think of it as. And it's really interesting because I don't have a car, so a lot of people get to go places, and it's very stationary for me as far as like where I'm able to go. So it's very interesting, like living away from home, because it's very much like a new independence thing. Like you're really supporting yourself, you're taking care of yourself, and you know, I financially pay for everything as far as school. So it feels very much like, wow, I'm finally an adult. You know, I'm finally doing this. And I know I've already been here 3 years, so that realization is a little too late of a realization considering how long I've been taking care of myself. But it's really interesting when you think about the fact that like you've lived 18 years of your life sheltered and taken care of by your parents emotionally. You know, you had a roof over your head, you had food on your table, and now everything you have to do yourself. So even though I've been doing this for 3 years, it's very much still interesting when I actually think about the fact that I'm so independent now. How much of everything that I have in my life comes from me, whether it be, you know, school, you know, the food on my table, if and when I cook, because I'm not really a huge cook. And so, you know, it's kind of a funny realization. Even as I'm heading into my 4th year next year, it's like, wow, I'm actually an adult. I don't like to think of it that way. I'd like to spend all my time living life very frivolously. I'd like to, and be very fun, but you know, the partying has to end at one point. So I think a lot of what college has done for me is helped me. I mean, it does this to most people, but it really helps you get the grand picture of life and who you are. You really don't. I think when you get out of high school, the safety net of high school and your family's home, you kind of get the chance to realize, you go through hardships that make you realize what you really want. Because it's really easy to live comfortably when things are super easy, you know, when you just skate by. But once you actually have to do things yourself, then you actually have to make the hard decisions of evaluating what you do or don't want. And I think the last 2 or 3 years have really given me that kind of picture of what I want in my life and who I want in my life, what kind of friends and what kind of people I want surrounding me. And so it, in a sense, really matured me. And I know this doesn't tell you much about me, but I think that my experience in college and being here has really painted the picture of the kind of person I am. Ta-da!